It's always that side of the room that keeps talking and the wall that keeps talking. Okay. Representative Jacks, would you open us with prayer, please, sir? All right, hold on.
Dear Heavenly Father, as we come before you, we thank you for this day, for this is a day that you have made. So we ask for your guidance, your wisdom, as we do the business of this great state of Georgia. And when it's all said and done, we'll give you all the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I thought the room was full of senators, how hot it is in here. Whew, gosh. Who we got back there? I don't have my glasses on. Okay. Yeah, okay. I couldn't see. I didn't have my glasses on. I don't do much right, but we always let ladies first.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I popped in here at the last minute. Senator Dolezal's been detained in committee, so on his behalf, I'm presenting HB 204. You guys will probably recall you passed HB 506 out of here. It did not quite make it over on crossover day. This is the bill that puts some guardrails and some rules onto the private entities that are accrediting SB 204.
Senate Bill 204.
Senate Bill 204, right. Sorry, which is the same as HB 506 that you passed out. I stand corrected. Thank you.
Okay, Senate Bill 204. Run that by me again.
So this is the same exact language as HB 506 that this body passed out before crossover, and it places the guardrails and guidelines onto the private agencies that are accrediting our public school systems. So it is requiring that those standards, those criteria for the accreditation reviews be based on academics and financial efficiency. It provides for some due process. It provides for a robust appeals process for school systems that may disagree with the findings of the accreditation review, and it prevents the private entities from selling improvement services to the same school systems that they are reviewing. And that is it in a nutshell.
Okay. Well, I don't see any questions. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, senators, if you've already presented your bill, you do not have to present the same bill again. So, okay. Isn't that nice to see someone walk out the room? Now that was a good move, wasn't it? Okay. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for allowing me to be here, and thank you, committee members. I'm here to present Senate Bill 127, and Senate Bill 127 prevents local governments from altering an agreement with their destination marketing organization, commonly referred to as Convention and Visitors Bureau, or change it to another destination marketing organization without either the approval of the destination marketing organization or the approval of the Performance Review Board by the Department of Community Affairs. Why this is so important, we have conventions now going in Georgia that are booked 3 or 4 or 5 years in advance, and we've got some of our local communities now already trying to change the flow of the money on the hotel motel, and so it's very important for this bill. I've opened it for any questions.
All right. Chairman Blackman.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Isn't it true, Chairman Hickman, that this bill did originally start in the House as well? Chairman Stevens had sponsored a similar piece of legislation, or maybe exactly the same.
Yes, sir, that is true, and it's actually House Bill 223.
Quick question for you as a follow-up to that. Did y'all steal our House bill?
I know, sir, we just worked with y'all on it.
I mean, and it turned into a Senate bill.
Well, we're working together.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't see any more questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a great day.
Yes, sir. What's your bill number?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've got Senate Bill 246. Very quickly, this is a workforce development initiative bill. It's a governor's priority bill. The bill is to help alleviate a nursing shortage that we have here in Georgia. One of the big reasons for our nursing shortage is we have a lack of teaching nurses. So we're not turning out as many nurses as we need to. Senate Bill 246 incentivizes nurses to teach rather than practice by establishing a student loan repayment plan for nurses who promise to teach for 5 years. This would repay student debt of a maximum of $100,000 over a 5-year period. This would be for residents of Georgia and nurse faculty who are in a university system school or a technical college school, and this would be overseen by the Georgia Board of Healthcare Workforce. They would administer the program, Mr. Chairman, and set the rules and regs.
Okay. No questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Senator Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I have 3 bills on the blue sheet, and I'll start on page 1 with SB 95. That is the legislation that allows EPD to collect money that it's now missing from wholesalers. So we're moving the collection from retailers to wholesalers on the $1 tire fee for scrap tires.
There's some other organizations we do the same, or programs we do the same thing with.
Yes, sir. Petroleum
Right.
and fuel. Yes, sir. On the back, SB 158 is the fortified construction legislation. It's identical to the one carried by the governor's floor leader in the House, which basically offers discounts to those that use the fortified building codes to make their homes withstand wind-driven events better than currently. SB 159, that increases the penalty for correctional officers and contractors who smuggle cell phones into inmates in jails and prisons.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Guard lines.
Yep.
Do they start at the property line, or where do those start, or does it start there at the gate where they check you to let you in, or where does the guard line start?
It starts at the property line, Mr. Chairman. So actually, in some cases, it is just beyond the fence because individuals are known to bring items and throw them over the fence into the.
So if say I go visit one of the facilities there in Columbus, before I cross the property line, I've got to get rid of my cell phone and these kind of items, because theoretically I could give those to
Those are, we would have to show that you did something to attempt to smuggle the phone into the institution against the institution rules. Actually, having your phone in your car or even in your pocket when you go up to go into the security system would not be a violation of this law.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. All right, is that the last one?
Yes, sir.
I don't see any questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, for those of you who remember, when someone introduced the pastor one time, we can never forget. You weren't here. The
Mr.
young
Chairman.
lady sitting down there because
Mr. Chairman, do I still hold the record?
you still hold the record
All
of talking longer than the pastor. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senate Bill 121 on the bottom of the page, on the front page. All this bill simply does is give the people the freedom and right to choose whether they want to drill a well as long as they own an acre or more.
Okay, now this is for counties and
And cities.
Okay, now if the county has a water system and I own more than an acre of land, I can still drill a well
Yes,
under
sir.
this piece of legislation?
Yes, sir.
Because I know some areas it says if we have a water system and it goes in front of your house or wherever, you have to tie on to it, or otherwise you don't get any of the other services.
Right.
Okay.
But this gives the people the freedom to choose.
Mr. Williamson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To the author of the bill, is it not true that this would offer many homeowners the flexibility of being able to run their landscaping water system off of a well, much less cost to them and also much less pressure on the water treatment system?
You're so correct.
Is that not true?
You're so correct.
Okay,
So many people want the same, they want both, a well and the public water.
okay. Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. What's your bill number?
SB 91. It's halfway down the front page.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and committee members for allowing me to present SB 91 before you. It simply extends the time before the subsequent injury trust fund is absorbed by the Department of Insurance. Currently, that date is set for December 31st of this year. This bill would extend it out 2 years to December 31st of 2025. The reason for that is they're trying to pare down the cases that they've got down to as few as possible before they're absorbed into the department. Be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. All right, I don't see any questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for having us this morning. Senate Bill 26 is on your first page. I'll talk about part one of the bill initially. This was started as a Senate bill, just didn't get across the finish line for Governor Kemp. It establishes the Georgia Electric Vehicle Manufacturing Commission in the state of Georgia to fulfill his and our shared vision to make sure that Georgia becomes and then remains the EV manufacturing capital of America. And then the second part two of this bill is what this bill originated as, and that is simply to allow workforce development boards, CIDs, development authorities, and hospital authorities to meet virtually moving forward just as they were able to do during the COVID pandemic.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Rules Chairman. You know,
Good morning, Mr. Rules Chairman.
I walked by your office this morning about 6:30, and I saw a little sign there.
Yes, sir.
And let's see, it was,
If you go back up there now, that sign is gone.
oh, okay, okay. All right, what you got, Senator?
I woke up this morning and felt guilty, and I decided to take it down.
Okay, what you got?
Halfway down your page, Senate Bill 86, and current law requires that students in high school involved in dual enrollment, they have to exhaust 30 hours of dual enrollment before they can access HOPE grant and HOPE grant funding. So we're simply removing that 30-hour requirement so that we can get kids into the workforce quicker with being certified in a quicker manner.
Okay,
It's a good bill. I'm sure y'all have heard that before.
yeah, a couple of times. Okay, I don't see any, did y'all read all these bills overnight so you didn't know how to ask a question? Nobody asked a question. Thank you, sir.
We're just explaining them so well.
I must be.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's do another day if they don't come present. What's the other one? Okay. All right. Any senators left? Mr. Rules Chairman, would you please tell your senators that if they don't come present their bill, it will not be put on the floor? Please do, because we've had one or two each day that the senator didn't come and ask for their bill, and we've got one that we were going to put on today, and it's no longer going to be there. Thank you, sir. All right. Before we start setting the calendar for, gosh, today's day 38, huh? 37. We're going to set the date. 37. 38, 39. Got 3 days left after today. Oh, just a little FYI. any bill that does not pass out of committee by the close of business tomorrow will not be heard this year, this session. It does not pass except the budget. But any bill that does not pass out of committee by the close of business tomorrow will not be heard. Mr. Whip.
Mr. Chairman, can we get some clarity on close of business, particularly for judiciary, who typically moves into 9:30?
Okay, whenever that meeting gets over, unless it goes into the next day.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You know, my first year here, used to go out and eat a lot. Don't do that anymore because I got fat and ugly at the time. Now I'm just ugly. Ask my wife. But I was at a dinner that night, and it was supposed to start at 6, and 9:30, those members who were on the Rules Committee still hadn't got there. What do y'all do down there?
They're used to
get
billing
paid
by the hour.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. And we're gonna let the games begin now, so just be ready, because it'll be interesting for the next few days. But seriously, any bill that does not pass out of the committee by the close of business tomorrow, so that the clerk can read it on the floor Thursday, will not be passed this session. It'll have to wait till next year. Okay, first order of business before setting the calendar. I hear a move to recommit Senate Bill 110. And move, it's gone. All right, let's set the calendar for tomorrow, Thursday, the 38th day. Okay, I hear a move on Senate Bill 45. It's on. Senate Bill 65, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 86, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 91, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 95, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 129, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 158, it's on. Senate Bill 197, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 199, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 204, do I hear a move? It's on. That's the calendar for day 38, Thursday. Thank y'all. See you on the floor.